Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all well after the hustle and bustle of cup fixtures in the last couple of episodes. We are back with some silly action. The title race is really hotting up. A lot has also changed since you were last with me, so I think it's about time we got stuck in. Welcome to episode 48 of the Roma Revolution. I'm Ben, and coming up on today's game we have two massive Serie A games. Firstly against AC Milan, and then it's our final Derby della Capitale of the series against Lazio. But since the last episode, form has been pretty good. Four games, 4 wins, a 4-2 victory firstly against Napoli, 2-0 down at half time. We were able to score 4 second half goals, 3 of which were in the last 10 minutes to secure a 4-2 victory. A really good comeback, and that has led to some really good pieces of form. A 2-1 victory over Cittadella, a 1-0 win over Genoa, and then a 2-0 win over Cremonese. A good second half performance from the boys. Tonali sent off a 3-game ban he has got, but we were able to hold on for the second half. And you may recall that in the pre-intro I mentioned a lot has changed, but that is because that run of form sends us top. We are 1 point clear of Juventus, who have played a game more than us, and now 5 points clear of Lazio, who we play later on in the episode. They've been on a rotten run of form, and hopefully we can add to that. But first, we've got 4th place AC Milan. They've been okay this season. They've got a really strong team. Andrea Belotti leading the line up front for them. I think he's 2nd or 3rd top scorer. So they're a threat that we have to recognise, but the team we're looking to beat them with is this one. We've got Keylor Navas in goal, a back 4 of Florenzi, Mancini, Upamecano and Miranda. Riccardi, Pellegrini and Mariba are in the midfield, with Almada and Dalio in behind Pedro up front. Couple of players being rested, couple of players on the physio table, so it is a slightly rotated team. Not the ideal scenario for the game, but we know that we can afford to drop points and we would still be top of the league. We don't want to drop points, of course, but there is a bit of reassurance, and it does give us the ability to rest some players. We fully expect the boys to keep the good run of form going. We have been on a really good run of form in the league. Obviously, I know we lost a couple of games and obviously got knocked out of the Champions League in around it, but in the league things have been looking good, and of course we're going to keep the faith in the boys. We're sending the assistant to the tunnel, and here we go, a slightly different formation to the one you saw last time out. We've tried a few different things. We've had 3 up front at some points, especially in the second half of that Napoli game, just when we were going all out. So there has been a few different things going on, but we've settled on just pushing Camavinga forward into that midfield role. Obviously, he's not playing today, but a midfield 3, so a 4-3-2-1. But we've got our first highlight of the game, and it might well fall our way with Pellegrini, Dario. Pellegrini, we're a bit hemmed in on that side, but Pellegrini does really well to switch the ball across to Miranda, who has a shot, but it is straight at Donnarumma in the goal, and we're going to have to forge something much better than that if we're going to get past the world-class goalkeeper. But that shows what we're able to do with the 3 in midfield. We're a bit more compact, I think, in defence, but we are also able to flood a few more bodies forward, with Pellegrini being further forward than obviously Camavinga was in that role previously. But we have now got another highlight. Riccardi on the ball in the midfield. Is he able to take it on and find a man with him? He's going himself, it would seem. He's brought down. It looked like it might have been just in the area. The ref, I think, hasn't gone to the telly. He's just heard it in his ear. And Thiago Almada has a chance to send us 1-0 up, and he does! 9th goal of the season for Thiago Almada. He tucked the penalty away with ease. He's become a really solid penalty-taking option. This is rifled into the side netting of the left-hand side. And we do go 1-0 up, and that would send us 4 points clear of Juventus, 8 clear of Lazio. I know they haven't played yet, but the gap is forming. And Mancini heads in a second as I was talking. The run looks like it's continuing. Pellegrini with the ball in. Mancini there to head home. And are we surging towards back-to-back Serie A titles? The disappointment of being knocked out in the Champions League is behind us. We've got a domestic treble to go and win. And we're looking like we're taking Serie A by the scruff of the neck. We've got a difficult final in the Coppa Italia. I'm not sure if I mentioned last time, but Juventus are going to be the opponents there. So it looks like it won't be 1 versus 2 in the league for the Coppa Italia. But if we can secure that, that will be back-to-back Coppa Italias, potentially back-to-back Serie A titles, add the Super Coppa that we've already won this year, and it will be a pretty successful last season as Roma manager. We're going to ask for a little bit of creativity just to see if we can put a third past AC Milan before half time. But all in all, a solid first half from the boys. Almada slotting the penalty, Pellegrini having a really good impact in the midfield, and obviously Gianluca Mancini doing what he does best and heading home from a corner. Solid first half, not quite dominated the possession as I would expect, but we've been really clinical when it's come to a couple of chances. 2-0 at half time. We're going to go with the complacency team talk. We don't want to lose focus, and let's keep the boys motivated and kick on for more. If we could really put a marker down, AC Milan, you see 10 points clear of 5th. So at the moment, they've not really got much to play for. They're sort of sat in 4th, 5 points behind Lazio, 10 points ahead of Sampdoria, and sort of just that they're probably not going to finish any higher or any lower. So they've not got much to play for. We potentially come up against them at a really good time, but we've still had to put a performance in, and so far so good. Just restricted AC Milan to the one shot, albeit it was on target, so Navas has had to make a save, but it obviously wasn't a meaningful one as we didn't see the highlight. The only player looking like he's not having the best of games, Pedro Riccardi, not having a great game either, but we have got the options on the bench if we want to lose them. Guri not quite scoring as much, but I suppose this is a chance for him to come on and see if he can do so. But before that, Pellegrini is going to whip across in, and Almada has it again, and somehow, Donnarumma should be saving it. It was a fairly weak effort from Thiago Almada, but he's got his second of the game. Another assist for Pellegrini, and it is now Roma 3, AC Milan 0. And I was talking about Guri coming on for Pedro. We'll make that change now. We'll also bring Riccardi off in the midfield. But there we go. First one, Guri on for Pedro. I think let's get Diawara on for Riccardi. And those will be the 2 subs that we will make now, with the confidence that we should well be able to hold on to this 3-goal lead and hopefully add to it before the time is up in half an hour or so. And here we go. Pellegrini on the ball again. He finds Diawara. He's beaten to it, but Pellegrini clears up really well, and he's got men ahead of him, one of which is Alessandro Florenzi. Guri in the middle. Guri scores! An immediate impact from Amin Guri. He's been on, 3 minutes, and he's already got his 9th goal of the season in a Roma shirt. He only joined in January. George got injured. He stepped up, and he stepped up to the plate, and maybe his goal-scoring form that he's been lacking for a couple of games is back. And I think that means he will be starting against Lazio. Pedro will drop back to the bench, but what an immediate impact. That man has made 4-0 against AC Milan. This is a rout, and Pellegrini with a free kick makes it 5! 2 assists and a goal for Lorenzo Pellegrini. We said AC Milan haven't got much to play for. They're clearly not motivated at all. We are dominating the game. We are scoring for fun at the moment. It's Roma 5, AC Milan 0. And I think at the moment we're pretty much cruising towards that Serie A title. There's a few tough games to come, but I would have us as odds-on favourites at the moment. We're just looking really, really good. The star of the game, Lorenzo Pellegrini, is having a bit of fitness issues. He's struggling out there at the moment, so we'll get him off. There's no need to get him injured. We'll get Leandro Paredes on. A rare appearance for him this season with the quality we've had in midfield. 10 minutes to go then. Can we just add one more? Make it a proper thrashing of AC. Send them back to Milan with their heads way down low. It's been a really solid performance. 12 chances, 8 on target, 5 of which have been converted into goals. Restricted Milan, despite them having a lot of possession, to only the 3 shots. And it looks like it's going to just remain 5-0 unless there's a late chance. And it's Paredes sitting over a free kick. Can he make it 6? He has a go. Oh, it's well saved from Donnarumma. It was destined for the top corner, but Donnarumma got across to save. The resulting corner presents a chance. Mancini, oh, that was mightily close. He's headed from the front post across to the back post. It must have been whiskers away. We couldn't quite get the 6, but it is going to be, by the looks of it, Roma 5, AC Milan 0 as the game comes to a close, does it? Or are we just going to see one final chance? We're not. It is over. What a victory. What a run of form. Let's do the same to Lazio, shall we? I'll see you for that in a second. Right then, guys, it's the big one, the Derby della Capitale. We come into it 7 points clear of Lazio. They were only able to draw with Inter Milan in the last game. We could therefore go 10 points clear of them after this game. If you think about it, at the end of the last episode, we were a point or so behind them. It has been a massive turn in events in the last few games. A couple of changes to the team. Dest back in on the right, so Florenzi drops to the bench instead of him. Camavinga is also back fit and able to start, so Mariba drops down to the bench as well. And Amin Gurley, as I mentioned in the last game, he is back up front instead of Pedro. Can we have a repeat of the 5-0 victory against Milan? I'll be impressed if we do, but we certainly want to get one over for the last time on our Derby della Capitale rivals. We're going to go out. I think actually, did we lose to them last time? I think we did, but obviously because it was a cup, we won't be able to do the Avenged Team Talk. But let's go and show Lazio why we're first in the form standings and they are down in 10th, and hence the big gap in the league that is now forming between us. As always, we've got faith in the boys. The assistant is off to the tunnel. And here we go then for one last time. It is the Derby della Capitale. There may well be a few Roma fans watching this, and I hope for the final time in my managerial reign, we can do you proud in the derby. As I mentioned before, it's been a real mixed bag when it comes to derby days. We've won a few, we've lost a few, but let's hope we can go out on a high. We've now looking like we're going to be on top when it comes to Rome in Serie A. Hopefully we can end up top in Italy when it comes to Serie A as well. Juventus have got a tricky game against Napoli, so if they could drop points as well and we could beat Lazio, it could give us a really big gap going into the last 7 games or so. The first highlight has fallen our way, and it is well saved by Galini on the line. Potentially a chance we should have been slotting, but another free kick makes its way in. It's hit the post. Oh, 2 really good chances in the space of a couple of minutes. Dario again. We've had 3 chances now. Are we going to have one of those games where missing chances will come back to bite us later on? We're going to ask for a bit of creativity just to see if we can go and grab that first goal. I can't imagine confidence is going to be high in the Lazio team based on their recent run of form. They hadn't lost for 20 or so games. They were absolutely flying at the top, and it was getting to a point where I was wondering if we were going to be able to catch them. So surely we can do and just give a little bit more damage on what has been a poor run for them. Juventus have gone ahead against Napoli, so as things stand, they would only be 2 points behind us going to those last 7 games, and potentially they would be our biggest threat, but we may have another chance. Dest to Camavinga, sprays it out to Miranda, who's got men inside him. He can't quite find the cross the first time. He finds it the second time. Guri, it's hit the post. Galini's then saved. We've got a corner. We have 3 really good chances. Is there one to come from the corner? It's not paid its way past the first man. And Lazio are able to clear relatively easy. Similar to the Milan game, Lazio having far more of the ball. But when it comes to utilising the ball, we're doing all right in that sense. Only 1 shot for Lazio in this first half, which has come to a close as I was speaking. Roma 0, Lazio 0. Not much to report. 3 really good chances we've seen. It's a shame we haven't been able to take one of them. We're going to get a little bit aggressive. Hopefully the boys can go out a bit fired up and give us some goals in the second half. The front 3 struggling really, but here we go again. Miranda to Camavinga, back to Miranda. Can he find the ball in? Orsolini tackles, but Miranda does well. Beats his man Pellegrini. That's well wide. He had time potentially to take it down and maybe have a shot from there. It looks like he hit it on the volley, but it's gone well wide. But we've come out looking to go at Lazio, which hopefully will bode us well. We're having more of the ball in this second half as well. We just need the ball to nestle its way into the back of the net off of a Roma shoe, of course. And that might well just fire us towards another victory towards our Serie A title. Pellegrini with the ball in. Mancini at the back post. Chiellini saves again. Oh, we're having lots of chances, but this highlight looks like it's continuing. And Chiellini has kicked it straight to Navas, who, if he's not careful... Oh, he's picked it up. I thought he was just going to dally on the ball and there was going to be a chance. But Dario again. Pellegrini. Camavinga. Dest has made some room on the right and Camavinga finds him. He's got Guri with him. Dest tries to go past Digne. Is he fouled? He's not. Digne does well. Up at Meccano. I thought there might have been a penalty there. I got a bit excited. Camavinga, Miranda. He's got men inside him. He's got Guri. Oh! I can't believe we've not scored again. How many chances are we going to need today? Pellegrini with the ball in. Guri can't quite get his head on it. Riccardi though gathers. Pellegrini can't get past Orsolini, but he's nicked it back off him. Another corner. There's surely a goal coming. Is it coming now? Pellegrini with the ball in. Upamecano can't quite get there. Dario back to Pellegrini. Chance to cross it. And Guri, it's headed over. So many chances. I think it might be time for a change nearer the front end of the pitch. Guri and Almada both struggling. We've got Mariba. He can come on for Almada and switch over with Dario. And we'll get Pedro on. I know he didn't have the greatest game last time, but Guri not having the best game this time. And could that just be the difference? Could one of them grab us the goal? Dest then to Camavinga. To Pellegrini. Back to Dest. It's a foul. It's outside the area. He's going to go and watch the video. But I'll be surprised if it is a penalty. But could we make something from the resulting free kick? Dest has done really well again on the right. Shows what a difference he makes when he's in the team over Florenzi or Bua. No penalty as I thought. It is going to be a free kick. Correa might well be booked here as well, is he? He is. Correa shown a yellow. So if we can get Dest running at him a bit more, we might see a red. But the chance. Pellegrini with the ball across. It's fallen to the back post. We can't quite get ahead on it. And they've got a chance to break. But Dest again does really, really well. This time in a defensive positioning or defensive role, and we're now all over them. Come on, the goal is gonna come. We're gonna see it here, are we? Maybe Miranda, Camavinga, Correa nicks it off him though. Are we gonna see it the wrong way to the way we want it? Riccardi does well to get back in there though, and Dario can't quite beat his man to it. Luca Dean then has a chance to cross. It's fallen to Schiavone. It has gone wide. But I thought that was just going to be the traditional FM kick in the teeth when you've been dominating the game. It wasn't. And it looks like we've got 20 or so minutes to see if we can find that goal that, looking at the statistics, we really, really do deserve. Maybe one last change. What can we do to change the outcome of this game? A point is okay, but we deserve, or I feel we deserve, a win. I'm going to chuck Riccardi up with Mariba, and we're going to get Diawara in to a box-to-box role. Dario not having the best of games. We're also going to go very attacking. We've dominated the second half. Why not? Let's go for it. We're going to go very attacking. We're going to see if we can grab the winning goal in the game. As I say, 13 shots, 6 of which have been on target, 53% possession, most of which has been in this second half. We've 10 minutes. Let's get creative. Come on. Let's see what we can do. And there is a highlight. Luca Dean back to Cuenca, who's Mariba's nicked it off him. Is this the chance? He's got a chance to square it. Oh, he shot himself. He had a chance. I think it was Pedro inside him. He could have squared it too. But let's have a go. Pellegrini with the ball in. It's straight to the keeper, who comes out and claims well. Oh, it looked like it could have been the chance, didn't it? But it wasn't quite meant to be. And as time ticks by, it looks like we're going to dominate a derby that might well end 0-0. It's been an exciting 0-0. We've had plenty of chances, but can we grab a goal? Is it going to come in stoppage time? Is it going to be a dramatic finish in our last ever derby? Time is ticking by, and it looks like it's not going to be. We've deserved a victory. It will be an aggressive team talk if we can't grab that goal. Juventus are beating Napoli, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of yellow to go along with the green that we've had on the schedule. Roma 0, Lazio 0. I think it's fair to say we might have been FM. 19 shots, 9 on target. Pierluigi Guarini having an excellent game for them. Our striker's not quite on form. It's 2 points dropped based on the performance. A point gained if you look at it on a positive note. We're going to get aggressive. We weren't good enough. We should have been winning that game. But it's now a straight fight, it would seem, between us and Juventus. 2 points separate us. 7 games to go. Let's hope we don't chuck this one away. Next time then, let's have a look. Where are we? We'll play through right to the Juventus game in the Coppa Italia final. It'll be a game on its own unless we've a chance to win the league in and around it before it really. So we'll play right the way up to it unless we've got a chance to win the Verona game, and then we will make the final episode of the series, the last couple of Serie A games, and hopefully it will be a chance for us to win 2 trophies and finish the series on a high. But for now, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode, and if you have, please leave a like down below for me. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content, and thank you all for coming along and watching.